So, Moody, let's give a little quick background. What happened today?
Right. So this is the continuation of the hearing. The last one sort of stopped halfway through Aaron's cross-examination in August of last year. So it's been 10 months since that was happening. So it's been on pause. So it's the continuation of that. And this is like what you'd refer to as the trial in colloquial. It's like this is where the judge is hearing both sides, and sides are presenting evidence, questioning witnesses, and going back and forth.
And can I just point out, and I realize everyone knows this, but it's an important thing to say, is that this hearing is based on Aaron taking out an HRO against Nick Rekieta. Now, Aaron's had 2 HROs against him that he didn't contend with. He didn't say, this is ridiculous, and so he just accepted it. So he thought he could do this to Nick Rekieta and Patrick Melton. Yes. Problem is, both of those guys said, fuck you. You can't take a restraining order out against me. I'm not threatening you physically in any way. You just want me to shut up on the internet because you're like getting made fun of.
Yeah, Haley went through it today. She went through all the documents from the HROs. Next one happened. Aaron applied for that the day he got arrested for violating like the judge's orders in the revenge porn case. And that was when Patrick went to see him in court and reported on that. That day, so he was released from jail. On that same day, he went and applied for an HRO. He applied to have his fees covered by for the people who need financial help. So he got his fees waived.
What, the battered woman shelter told him to piss off?
Right. And he applied for a 1-year HRO against Nick. And he was asking them to have the same restrictions that he had against him, which is you can't mention him on any sort of podcast, on social media, or anywhere at all. Because that was Aaron's view into HROs. That's all his experience was. These bullshit things that women take out on men, why don't I weaponize that and get it against my enemies?
We saw what he submitted, in both cases, Nick and Patrick Melton. He wanted it for the judge to say, you cannot bring up Aaron on your shows, on the internet and social media at all.
Correct.
And in both cases, the judge went, we're not going to do that. 500 feet. Is that good enough? We'll give you that. All right, man.
And look, Aaron lied on these. We know he lied. Aaron knows he lied. Everyone knows he lied. His lawyer can't say he lied, and the judge doesn't know he lied. But everyone who's tangentially interested in Aaron knows he lied on these forms.
Haley, you went through this today. Some of the lies. Do you want to point out a few of the egregious lies that he had on these?
Well, okay, the one about being threatened nonstop for the last year is what he claimed was Nick. Same way with Patrick. That was obviously one. Gosh, I'm trying to think. There was one that was worded really strangely, and it's one that I've never been able to figure out. Do you know what I'm talking about, Moody? Yes. Where it's the consent to invite, encourage, or solicit a third party to engage in a sexual act with the victim.
So this is like a form of harassment where you like put up a Craigslist post or a classified ad, or you write in a bathroom somewhere, hey, you solicit prostitution for someone without their consent.
For a good time.
So they turn up and they that's a way to harass someone.
Sure.
And so Aaron claimed Nick did that to him.
He had very specific dates, though, from April the 11th to November the 10th of 2024. Like, that was a very specific time period. By the way, I sent you the newest court sketch of Dorkbert, Moody, when you have time to pull that up, please. Thank you.
I got a few of those, too.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron has said on his program recently, and we can play it later if there's time, that Patrick Melton threatened to have sex with his daughter, and Patrick Melton threatened to kill Aaron. Like, he's just making this shit up now.
Yeah.
They're total lies.
Yes.
And it's the gayest lawfare. So the fact that everyone else on the internet who has internet beefs, and in my world, I know a lot of people who have that going on, none of them go to the court, except for Stuttering John Mondes, none of them go to the courthouse to try to figure it out. Everyone else just fucking figures it out on their shows. But Aaron's such a pussy that he wanted to try to shut people up.
especially someone who talks into a microphone for a living and says they're the greatest heel in the biz. Like if you're getting enemies and starting beeps, isn't that you doing your job properly? Aren't you a good heel in that case?
Yeah, he's the heel. People love to hate him, I thought.
Right. You know, one of the more egregious things that I saw going back over these HROs was some of the vagueness of the dates of what he was claiming. That kind of thing as a woman ticks me off because I'm like, if it were me filing these, I would know the exact day, the time, the hour, the weather, what temperature it was. You know, he's just saying June of this year or, you know, from June to, I don't know, now. It's like, well, tell me when you felt threatened or when you got specific, you know, verbal or physical or, you know, whatever it is kind of threat.
All right. So, Moody,
what
happened today?
So, so today I've been getting reports from boots on the ground. Someone went down there and just started sending reports to me. So my view of what was happening down there is like filtered through what this person sees and what they're able to send me in recesses very, very quickly. So at the start of the day, we know that when Aaron goes to these court hearings, he's got his usual spot that he tends to park in. It's like reserved. They should put a nameplate.
How funny was it this week? He was upset. Someone asked him about his funeral suit. He's like, no. I have a wedding suit and a court suit. You shouldn't have a court suit unless you're an attorney.
I know.
Right. So Nick started off the day by parking in Aaron's spot. And he got there before Aaron. So that was how the day started. Nick was being represented not by Francis White. So Francis White is the guy that was representing him last time. We weren't that impressed with him. We felt like he got sidetracked by a lot of little details here and there, but he is the lawyer of both Patrick and Nick. But it was his assistant or like the second in charge that's there.
Brian something.
Yeah, I think Francis is injured at the moment.
Are you allowed to be injured? I think that's not allowed in St. Cloud, Minnesota. I don't know.
Do you know any doctors in Tennessee that will be able to let us know?
Oh, no.
I don't know if he's still a doctor, but...
Right. So then there was... All right, so the first update that we got was... So Patrick had a hearing scheduled for before Nick's hearing. So this was called a settlement conference on the books, but what it really was so Aaron and it's going back to the previous one. So the day after Hackermania, there was a scheduled settlement conference, which was happening because Aaron's lawyer kept insisting that they were close to settlement with both sides. We're really close, Judge. We've almost agreed on something on terms between us when we won't need to do a hearing. Nick and Patrick's lawyer kept saying, nope, we're not anywhere close to that.
No, because the only settlement is drop the HRO. We're not harassing you, asshole.
Right. And the non-negotiable on Aaron's side was they need to not talk about me ever again.
Right. So
which
nowhere
is like,
close to terms.
It's a no-go from both sides. So there was the settlement conference that was happening because Aaron and his lawyer were insisting that they were close to settlement, which wasn't true, but they insisted on it. And so the judge said, okay, well, I believe you guys. It's the day after Hackermania. You all need to be here. And Patrick is injured. He is legitimately injured. Anyone who's gone to Hackermania can tell you he was in a lot of pain. It's not made up. He's done 3 shows in the last 2 months. So he'll have good days and bad days, but he's genuinely hurt and can't be on a plane. And so he sent a doctor's note and saying that he couldn't be there. And Aaron's lawyer said, I believe that this doctor's note is a forgery and it's not real. Right. And so they set up another hearing, which was scheduled for today, to discuss the validity of this note.
With Patrick, who had to be there, had to fly from Vegas to St. Cloud. They couldn't set up a Zoom call or anything like that for some reason. Because they got a fucking note from a doctor, Patrick had to be in St. Cloud, Minnesota today.
The reason they couldn't do that is because during the last hearing, which was done over Zoom, there were a few people that were disruptive in there, and because the clerk hadn't set up the settings on Zoom properly. You can mute everyone on Zoom. That's a setting that you have. It's a checkbox. They don't know how to do that in Stearns County. And so rather than hiring an IT guy to maybe run them through a course over the course of an hour or two, they're like, well, let's just make this person fly halfway across the country to show up in person.
Nuts.
Which the flights would cost more than the training for the entire.
Of course.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
So Patrick wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it or not. He did have the intention to go. He did buy a plane ticket. He was dumb and didn't get the insurance for canceling it. So Patrick Melton was planning on being there and going through this 5-minute conference just for this. And he was planning a whole weekend in St. Cloud and the meetup and everything like that. I was going to go.
And with his condition, like, you don't know whether the day is going to be good or bad. Like, a day ahead, he could have like some spasm in his back, and then that would fuck him up for 2 or 3 days. And so you don't know a week ahead of time whether or not you actually can go. Right.
So Patrick sent another note, or maybe a different doctor sent a note late yesterday saying, I'm not going to be able to make it to this thing.
And so that hearing happened. And basically what they said was the TRO remains for Patrick until at a time in the future. And that also needs to be in person. So there will be no Zoom hearing for that. Patrick they need to wait till Patrick is better, and then he will need to turn up in person in St. Cloud.
And Patrick's already sunk money into this thing, which is so ridiculous in the first place. He's hired an attorney. They were supposed to have a court hearing back in August. They didn't get to it because Nick's dragged on so long. So there's already like money sunk into this thing that is just because this pussy has his feelings hurt.
Yes. So that's the end of everything that had to do with Patrick. It's sort of like we'll wait till it gets scheduled. Who knows whether he'll be better or not? Who knows whether they can make a case for having it be done remotely or not? It seems crazy that it's.
Well, hopefully you guys sell Super Tip, and he takes a private plane, private jet to St. Cloud. So it's real comfortable for him.
Yeah, we need one with a big cargo hold that we
exactly.
How do they transport Shamu around in a water tank? Need to get a swim spa on a truck.
Patrick, get out here and defend yourself. You have the wing.
I know.
So Aaron then took the stand. So the hearing is continuing, and he was questioned on the shirtless photos of him.
Topless
photos.
I had to correct you.
Of him that was shown last year during Hancomania, and the kill yourself message that he got from...
That was 2 years ago now.
Yes, that's
crazy.
2 years ago. Nick, I believe, texted him, you should consider killing yourself.
Yeah,
is the message. Like, it was a very weak one.
Yeah.
Aaron responded with, okay, addict, and blocked him.
Okay, addict, love you. Block.
Did he say love you?
He did.
Oh, that's nice.
Aww.
So
why was that brought up? Because that's a year before he took out an HRO against Nick. So
well, that is what Aaron is claiming is the threatening message that was sent to him by Nick, and that's how he managed to get the HRO or the TRO against him.
That's insane.
Right. And Aaron was saying, so this was very much a repeat of the last one. Aaron was saying dumb things like, I did XYZ because I gave myself my own consent.
Right.
So I can show pictures of me because I gave myself consent to show these pictures of me. Whereas, like, if you send someone a picture of yourself and they're not sexual, and none of the pictures of Aaron that were shown was sexual. There was no intimate parts. There was no sex activity happening in there.
No panties were dampened during that segment of the show. I promise.
Zero. Can confirm.
I didn't see anyone slip off a chair. It was fine.
There was no sexual photos sent, so there was no need for consent there. Like, it wouldn't fall under.
The funny thing is that he thought he looked hot in them. That's the best part about it. That's why he called him his topless pics. He was trying to be seductive.
Oh yeah,
right. I think during the last hearing, it's been a while, but he said something like, "I now know how Kayla felt." Like I know how she felt when she had her photo
he did.
shared.
I remember.
Yeah.
How dare you?
But it's like the difference is the presence of a female nipple. Like that is actually the law. It says that it differentiates between whether the nipple belongs to a male or a female. So if Aaron was a female or identified as a female, then maybe there was an option there. But that is not, Aaron would repeatedly bring up that anyone who has a history of drug use, alcohol use, and impulse control can be capable of anything. So he has to have eyes in the back of his head. So he's trying to paint this image of Nick as an erratic, unstable person that can do violence at sort of any stage.
Which is, lots of. I'll just point out, it's fine if that's like the angle they decided to go with, but it's odd that he picked a time when Nick has to be sober.
Right.
If Nick were to take drugs or alcohol, he would go to jail. So this whole idea is just like, I don't know what this guy's going to fly off the handle. It's like, well, he's been sober for months.
Right.
Many
Nick
months.
is provably not on drugs more than any of us here.
Right. For sure.
And if he does take drugs, he'll go to jail.
Yeah.
So then Aaron, this is this person talking to me. Aaron must know they're going to ask him about playing a character because in one answer he said he has to play a character on air to throw the audience off and not let them know what he really is worried about.
This is my favorite part about this. This is the rake that Aaron has stepped down with these HROs. He didn't think this through. He's like, I'm going to get these guys to shut up about me because my feelings are getting hurt and people are starting to realize that I suck at this. What he didn't realize is that he had to go into court and admit that all of his bluster, everything that he's saying on air is fake and a lie. And he has zero credibility. I love this because Aaron will talk about how, we have insecurities and we can't make a living without him.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. I'm the only genuine article in something of fraudulent bucks. Like that line.
Aaron is a pro wrestler on his show.
But this is the same thing he said the last time. I remember him specifically saying this exact same thing. So he's had all these months to come up with something new or interesting or something that he could add to strengthen his case. And this is it. He's just repeating.
If you remember last time, the judge asked, are you afraid of Nick Rekieta? He's like, no. And his attorney had to stop on his toe, like, motherfucker. Can we take 5 minutes to figure out her?
Yeah. I took a quick recess, and then he came back, and he's like, well, if he did something unexpected, maybe.
Yeah.
So Aaron said he was, this line's great. Aaron said that he was afraid Nick would do something unexpected, like trying to ram his car through Aaron's front door.
He really said that. I saw that. I saw that in the notes. I thought that was maybe a joke. He thinks Nick's going to drive his car into Aaron's.
Yes. So he's afraid that Nick is so erratic, he will take his car and treat Aaron's house like a front loader and just ram his car right into it.
That's so specific of a...
I know. Also, I just want to point out, and maybe this doesn't make any sense, but what would an HRO do to stop him from doing that?
Right.
Like, this is wildly illegal to begin. It doesn't matter if it's HRO or not. You can't do that.
Right. He thinks that if he Martin Luther's a note, an HRO to his door, it creates some sort of force field that stops erratic cars. If someone is acting erratically, HRO or not, they're going to get to you. It doesn't, you're not going to stop them. This is not the right avenue for that. This is the rational part that you're trying to protect yourself from. If someone is driving their car through your front door, you immediately have recourse with the cops against someone like that. After Aaron said that...
Eric Nagel, stick around. We're talking about what happened in court today. We're getting there.
So after Aaron said he was afraid Nick would drive through his front door with his car, Nick's side made a motion to dismiss. So they're asking the judge to be like, let's just throw
what are we
this out.
doing? This is ridiculous.
But after a lengthy discussion,
what if Nick gets superpowers and then he can fly to my house? It's
start a list. Rides in on a unicorn.
This gets so much stupider. I can't believe that they spend a whole day discussing these things. So after a lengthy discussion based on public figures and First Amendment, etc., the judge rejected it. He's like, no, I'd like to hear what both sides have to say.
Of course he did. This judge is the most bored motherfucker on the face of this earth.
Gotta be.
He's got nothing better going on.
Right. This judge is doing his best to just not rule on anything. He's just like, nope, you guys settle it between yourselves.
Which would be great if he'd allow Zoom and we could have video of this.
Right. So the motion to dismiss, there's a lot of legalese and this person doesn't know. So you'll need to wait for Nick to talk about that a couple months from now.
Okay.
Let's
not put down our boots on the ground here, Moody. It's very nice of him to go to court and give us updates.
It's a limitation. Like, it happened. Like, we really appreciate this stuff. And this person said that this is one of their weaknesses. So I just wanted to relay that. Nick's side got Aaron to twice admit under oath that the Google history was his. And then they turned around in the argument to dismiss, argued that Aaron couldn't authenticate the Google history because he wasn't a forensic reconstruction expert. So Nick's side made the point that Nick never said it was Aaron's Google history and the post of it contained no names.
Okay.
So this happened last time as well. Aaron said, this is my Google history. But this time Nick said, there's no names or anything on it. Like, how do you know that it's... How do you know that it's yours?
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have confessed that you look at Kiwi Farms. That
I was just trying to get ahead of things, okay?
Cuck porn, yeah, you fucking idiot. It's like you hate cuck porn, you moron.
The three areas of emphasis have been the Hackamania photos, the Google history, and who had consent to do what and when.
Okay.
Which, to me, is like, why? Why are we talking about this? The Hackamania photos had nothing sexual or intimate or requiring of consent for those. Anyone can take those pictures. There's pictures of Aaron in hot tub streams. There's pictures of Aaron like ripping his shirt off as
he
Hulk
consented
Hogan.
to that, Moody.
Right. Okay, but it's
consent.
like it's not like someone saying I'm modest and these are nipples that have never been seen by the public before. It's very much like it's happened before, and this is a non-sexual picture of you. So I mean, yeah.
I can't connect the dots between these photos were shown at Hackamania 2 years ago, and this guy might drive into my house. Like,
right.
I don't even know how we're connecting these dots. It's like,
right.
So wait, you don't like getting made fun of on the internet, or you're actually physically afraid for your personal well-being?
Right. It's a very sort of loose connection between like this guy might kill me to this guy has a limited number of pictures of me that he's already released.
And I have to point this out. Because Aaron has said numerous times, these guys tried to run me off the internet. They wanted me to end my show. Mm-hmm. No, if we're making fun of you, I don't want you to leave. Keep doing a show. Do 3 shows a day. It's insane to think that Nick would want to off this guy or cause any bodily harm to him. It's like, no, we like making fun of you.
No,
please stick around.
The person that wants Aaron to leave the internet is his daughter, who wrote to him in a letter saying that the internet makes him sad and she wishes he wasn't on his phone all the time. Like, that's who wants you to get off the internet.
And we know that because Aaron read that note to us on his show. Fucking idiots.
Oh, they shared the content of a personal note to me. You share Aaron shares every detail of his life. He makes everything available. So... It's like, do we want it to stop? Absolutely not. It's very entertaining. It's very fun watching Aaron destroy his own life. And he doesn't need any help doing that.
Exactly.
So then Nick discussing Aaron's genitals was brought up on direct exam of Nick. So,
this is great. This is awesome.
So something that Aaron has said in both his HRO applications is that Nick and Patrick are both obsessed with his genitals and his sex life and discuss it frequently. Yes. We've made no secret of us discussing both Aaron's genitals and his sex life on this show because it is relevant to his show since he discusses those openly on his show all the time.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend's nickname is Slam Piece. Care to comment on that?
The way Nick answered so casually and without a hint of embarrassment really stood out. This is this guy's words. In his answers, Nick took every opportunity to include the embarrassing details. So these would be things like Aaron would always cup his hands over his genitals when they were around, that he was insecure about them and all that stuff.
Grower, not a shower. Yeah,
right.
You know.
On the record now, for sure, forever, Aaron.
Hilarious.
Oh, this is in a court transcript now.
You're welcome.
Oh, Jesus.
I never want to hear cute as a button when a girl's talking about your dick.
Yeah. Every time I need to use a kickstand, I'm like,
Yeah.
So based on Aaron bouncing around in his seat, the topic really caused Aaron to get agitated. So he was fidgety while Nick was discussing this in court.
Very uncomfortable.
You know,
and he said that the jizz eating hasn't come up yet.
And he knew it's going to be embarrassing for him. So I'm sorry. Carry on, Moody.
So then Nick's on the stand. Nick talked about going on This Little Piggy once and described the show. So we've got another mention. This is, I think, the second time we've got a mention where they played This Little Piggy last time. So
the judge was like, hear that theme song again? That's a fucking earworm right there. That's good stuff.
Nick talked about going on This Little Piggy once and described the show as being popular because people like to laugh about Aaron. Then he added, I'm not trying to be mean. It's just true.
It is true.
It's accurate. That's an accurate description of the show.
Yeah.
So then Aaron's lawyer asked Nick about the comment when Nick said he is talking about Aaron because he's not dead yet. So this is on Twitter. Someone asked, why haven't you stopped talking about Aaron? And Nick responded with, because he's not dead yet. Implying that he's going to talk about Aaron for the rest of his life.
Right.
Aaron took that as a threat and said, this means he wants to kill me. And that's how he presented that. So the lawyer asked why
didn't Aaron say that if Nick came to his house, he'd make him part of his driveway?
Correct.
That sounds like a threat, like an actual physical threat, right?
There's a month before he filed the HRO, he said he's not the one who needs a protective order. Nick is the one that needs it. If Nick showed up, Aaron could turn him into part of the pavement.
Yes.
Yep.
So the lawyer asked why he said that, and Nick said because it's proper English. So it's like Nick's being Nick on stage. I find
on stage, on the stand, but yeah,
like it's a stage to him. Like when he says stuff like this, it's like all right, it's like I can't. This is the. It's like okay, there are things with Nick I just can't connect with. This is a.
He's hoping Stalin 19's there to clip it. I get it.
Right. It's like, that's not the Stoney's visit, but shows like how little concern he has with the whole thing. He doesn't care about the procedure, I guess. The Stoney's visit came up and Nick was asked how he knew Aaron wouldn't be there. And Nick said because he had just watched him be arrested.
Right.
So one of the things Aaron was saying is like, these guys are going around to places that I frequent. And they knew that he wouldn't be there. And that's,
I mean, Aaron doesn't go to Stoney's. He goes there once a year.
Right.
So that's ridiculous. It's nowhere near where he lives. And they just saw him get taken off to jail. And they're like, let's go grab a burger.
It's the safest time to be in St. Cloud and not run into Aaron.
Yeah. When he's in jail, right.
Unless you commit a crime.
Sure. Unless you burn down the apartment building that you're living in.
Right. When asked if it was his MO to threaten people, Nick said, I don't threaten people physically, economically, or emotionally. I tend to laugh at things. So,
I think that's true.
Yeah. I mean, he says, I hope they get $1 million.
Right.
Look, I think these two are as vengeful as each other. Cool. Nick, but now that we're in this situation where they're already in a fight, I think that the fight just doesn't, it's gonna keep going. I'm here for it. Like I'll
Me too.
I'll grab some popcorn. It
Absolutely.
can get interesting. It's got boring spells with the going through the lawsuit stuff, lawfare that drags on for months. But look, it's been entertaining too.
Yeah. So is there any other, so what's the conclusion or do you have more
there's
details?
More.
Okay.
So when Aaron was on the stand, he said, and this is a quote, face to face, man to man, staring at each other, I have no fear of Nick Rekieta. but this man is obsessed with me and he could do something I don't see coming.
Right.
So that's the...
He could do lots of things you don't see coming. What does that mean?
Well, it doesn't matter if he sees it coming or not. He's still going to lick it up afterwards.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
And that's the story that I heard. I don't know.
It's so true, though.
So
Got him.
then, Mama K. So this is the lady that's obsessed with Nick, that goes to all of Nick's hearings. I'm not going to get into it, but she had her phone on her. She's the one that reports to Kiwi Farms about Nick. So she had her phone on her, and when she turned it off during testimony, Siri started talking. So they confiscated her phone during that time.
That's funny.
There were 2 videos that played, but you couldn't see or hear them from the gallery.
That's not good. What were the videos? What was the content? Was it Aaron talking about how he's not afraid of Nick? And
I think that's one of them.
Gotta be, right?
yeah.
And then the other one was he told me we're jumping ahead, but he said that Aaron's attorney played the video of Nick and Melton the night Melton was in town. We watched 5 minutes of it, and the judge stops and asks Aaron's attorney what the purpose was.
That's funny.
So then we go to this afternoon has gone. Nick is sick. He's in pain, and he had to leave the stand once because of how much pain he was in. So Nick was in a car crash 3 days
Monday.
ago or something like that.
Plus he has his period.
It's a
Yeah. Brutal
It's a-
combination.
Yeah.
It's a pretty. It looked rough. It didn't look like a nice one to be involved
His man
in.
was totaled.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing that they all walked away from
Right.
that.
Very lucky that happened. The sparring between Nick and Aaron's attorney has been top-notch comedy. So Nick as in Nick Rekieta, not Nick's lawyer, and Aaron's attorney. Once it got so bad, the judge stopped things and brought the attorneys to the chambers. The best line was, "Why did you think it was okay to talk about my client's genitalia?" Nick replied with, "I learned it from your client."
Yes.
The attorney said, "What?" And then Nick said, "I watched Mr. Imholte discuss his genitalia in the context of him being unable to make his wife orgasm."
Wow. That's a great answer.
That's on record.
Yeah.
Play the clip.
Oh, Aaron.
It's already been on record. It
Yes,
is on the
but
Steel
not
Toe
in
Morning
the
Show
court.
channel. You could go watch that.
Yes,
that's
but
awesome.
not in the court system. Oh, my Lord.
All right. I don't know. All right. Getting back to our spy report, boots on the ground in the courtroom. What proceeded this afternoon?
Cool. There were at least 10 more just as funny examples. When they stopped it for a recess, I saw the court reporter looking at his screen and trying to stop from bursting out in his laughter. Then he'd look over at Nick.
Nice.
There are some pretty ridiculous things being said. You wouldn't be getting into this stuff all the time. So then we'll come to the end, and then there's like a couple of extra things. So the attorneys need to submit First Amendment briefs by August 21st, and the judge rules shortly after. Done for the day. So they need to have some briefs written, like their final arguments, and send those
What
in
the fuck? It's
by August 21st.
I'm getting sued for $600,000, and I feel like the attorney who's, taking this less seriously, or the judge, than this stupid HRO thing. Like, really, you can't just see through this? Is this guy's butthurt? This guy's making fun of him on the internet?
Well, isn't it true the judge is up for some kind of a seat somewhere in the county or something? I heard that the
there's
judge
some re-election or
right. So
something.
he's like scared to rule one way or the other. So
I
I'm
being
not disagreeing
scared-
with you.
Being scared to rule, but it's like, is this going to be part of the competitor's campaign ad? What are we talking
It's
about?
nuts.
This means that this hearing has been going on for a year by the time that gets sent
Yeah.
in.
Over a year
And
ago.
It's a year and it was like 3 months after that year, or 2 months after the HRO was filed, is when the hearing started. And already that was like this is taking forever to get to a hearing. Now it's like a year later is when it's going to wrap up. And then Patrick's one will take even longer than that, which is crazy. If Nick hadn't fought the HRO, he would be done with it by the end of this month.
Yep. Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts. That's what's going on.
It's a waste of everyone's time.
This is the whole like justice delayed is justice denied sort of thing.
Right.
The last line by each attorney were this was Aaron's attorney kept making a big deal about Nick's use of gay and faggot. Eventually, Nick said, if I ever use those words to someone that's gay or a lesbian, I would immediately apologize. Nick's attorney asked him, on XYZ date, did you apologize for calling someone gay? Nick said yes. Nick's attorney asked him, and who was that? And Nick said, you.
No.
Nick's attorney then says, Your Honor, no further questions. Then Aaron's attorney steps up to the plate, says, did you ever apologize to my client for calling him gay? And Nick says, no, because he blocked me on every platform, and I have no idea why I would ever apologize to him for calling him gay. No further questions.
What is this? What are they doing? Like, what's
Aaron's attorney? This is what. Like, what does this have to do with someone feeling in danger?
What I mean, right?
Aaron uses these words against people all the time.
No shit.
Aaron's
we have a
attorney,
whole game show based on how often Aaron uses the word gay.
Yep.
And I mean, again, but that kind of shows like, oh, your feelings were hurt. Like, that's very different than feeling like you're threatened physically.
Yeah. Aaron's attorney, you threatened to call my client a faggot in court. Nick, that was more of a promise. Jesus Christ. And then Nick at one point said, I had to hold my wife and his wife while they begged him to stop. I think this is in relation to like Aaron saying stuff about them. Right. So Nick was playing husband brutal to those two. Right. Like, oh, what a horrible thing. They thought that this mutually, in a rational situation, if four people found themselves here, no one would talk about it. Like, they just...
Yeah, when you break up with someone, you don't go around talking about how her pussy smells. Right, Karmic?
Right, because then she'll go on a show and talk about side by side.
And also, your future girlfriend will be like, I don't want to date this guy. He's going to talk mad shit about me when we break up.
Nick was talking about Aaron trying to stop Nick from being in court to support his wife during the victim impact statement. Yes, that's a thing that was happened. That happened. So during the sentencing the sentencing hearing of Aaron for the revenge porn against Kayla, Nick's wife, Aaron wrote to the courts and said, I have an HRO against Nick and I don't want him to be there at this hearing. And Nick was his wife's support person who was the victim of the crime.
Right.
Which is crazy.
He's so flippant about this thing too. Isn't he still on probation currently?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. He's on probation. He thinks he's getting out of probation a year into it, even though probation is 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
Keep saying October. The other day he said October. It's
so weird that he uses this as like, I went to jail, as if like this was thrust upon him. Mm-hmm. The big bad internet came and got him and forced him into jail. It's like, Aaron, you committed a crime.
Right.
And then you're so dumb, you couldn't agree to you couldn't obey the terms. Mm-hmm. It's insane to me that the way he acts about it now, as if like he is a martyr in all of this. Like, no, you committed a crime against someone.
Support his wife during the victim impact statement. Aaron's attorney challenged him and suggested he was there to harass Aaron. Nick said, I was there to support my wife. Aaron's attorney goes on to issue more challenges of Nick.
Did he harass him or anything? Or I mean, he didn't do anything.
They never spoke. Like they were brought in behind.
Exactly.
Like they were never within his eyesight.
So you don't have to like try to predict what would have happened. It did happen, and nothing happened.
And a bailiff was there. Like, what harassment what physical threat were you under? there's not many safer rooms than that one. So yeah, Aaron's attorney goes on to issue more challenges of Nick. Nick says to the attorney, "You must not be married." Aaron's attorney says, "I'm not." Nick says, "I wonder why."
Oh, Jesus.
And at that point, the judge ordered everyone into the chambers and threatened Nick with contempt.
He threatened him with contempt?
Yeah. Aaron's attorney repeatedly tried tying Patrick and Nick together, doing shows together, etc. Nick's simple answer generally was, "I have no idea why that happened. It was on Melton's show and I'm not Melton."
Yeah.
The whole thing has been weirdly tied together. Like the judge refuses to hear anything to do with Patrick until the issue with Nick is done.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
It even says it in the HROs that there's like an overlap and that, Melton may be called as a witness in this case and vice versa. That's interesting.
It's just like how I don't like, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not based in Minnesota, but like surely like like an aggressive lawyer could go in there and twist the arm to like speed up the process for one of them. It seems wild that it's taking this long.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron's attorney played the video of Nick and Melton. We saw that. Aaron's attorney asked Nick if he and Melton went to Aaron's gym. Nick responded, "It's not Mr. Imholte's gym. He doesn't own it. It is a boxing gym."
Great answer.
Yep.
Went to Aaron's gym.
Right.
Was Mr. Imholte a member of the gym? Nick, I have no idea. I was a member of the gym, though.
Yep.
That's amazing.
So you're not allowed to go to Aaron's gym at all.
Well, also, Aaron makes Coach Scott this character on his show and then cries foul. People are like, "I would have thought this Coach Scott over here. He seems like a fun character."
The owner of the gym did a long interview that was very friendly with Patrick during that day.
Yep.
Like no one was being harassed. It was a goof. Like
Coach Scott is so dumb. He talked to Chad Zubak multiple times. I can't think of a bigger waste of time. I know.
You're besties now.
Best friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Leave Scott alone. Don't reach out. He's out of the toe sphere. Yes. He's not involved anymore.
He still lives out in Super Tip though.
Yeah, he does, as does Matt. Aaron's attorney asked Nick why he went to Stoney's, and Nick said, "Because your client advertises that people should go, and I was with people from out of town."
Yeah, I mean, what else do you want? This guy he's got the logo on his every program.
How pissed would you be if you were Stoney's? It's like if someone who Aaron doesn't like ends up going to Stoney's, they get involved in legal disputes. So if you go to Stoney's, you might get sued by Aaron. You might get a harassment restraining order put on you. Aaron's attorney asked, "Why did you post the Google history?" And Nick responded, "Because there were searches for me, followed by searches for cuck porn, and that might be the funniest thing ever."
Oh my God, this is amazing. God damn. I wish I was here for this.
In many of his responses, Nick repeated, "In no way do I care about Mr. Imholte's feelings." Aaron's attorney, "What would make you call someone a faggot?" Nick responds, "Typically anything if I think it's funny."
What is Aaron's attorney trying to accomplish here?
Right.
He's just setting him up. He's just lobbing it over the plate for him. Well, why are you calling that gentleman right there a faggot? Can you explain that to us? Actually, I'd love to. Thank you for asking.
Also, it's legal to do that. It's you can argue it like, sure, that's an aggravating factor if you're punching someone or like committing violence against them and they happen to be gay.
Right.
Yeah, that's like that impacts things. Saying that word to someone is like uncouth, but you're free to do that. You can do that.
It hurt. It hurt a lot, Moody.
Right? Well, if Aaron identifies as gay, then maybe it starts to become a little bit more relevant.
Does he identify as gay?
I don't think so.
Maybe he does. He's so offended by this word. I only know gay guys who are offended by that word.
He said he was possessed by a succubus, and the role of a succubus is to gather as much seed from men as possible so that she can have demon babies.
Right.
So
now this is starting to make sense. It's all coming together.
I just love that, like, through the whole, like, Aaron with the demons thing, he's like, I was possessed by a demon, but I didn't do gay stuff. Like, it was a straight, it was a straight demon.
That was a different demon, yeah.
It was definitely straight. When asked again why he posted the Google history, Nick replied, I posted it because it was funny, and it was made a whole lot funnier when your client claimed ownership of it. Yep. I will never be able to fathom why someone would do that.
Amazing. Nick's killing it. I mean, we're not hearing both sides. I don't know if there are other things that happen, but these are very funny answers.
That's pretty much it. This person was quite a fan of a lot of Nick's responses, says that they almost bursted out laughing a few times, and they really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I wonder why Aaron didn't want people to go to the courthouse to witness this.
But that's it from the reporting from our side.
Well, that's not it for the reporting from our side. We also have a courtroom sketch.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Dorkford returns to court. Brilliant artist here.
Nice.
Yes. Thank you,
like he's
Nick.
Peering around the corner or something at somebody. That's creepy.
He's been doing his jaw exercises.
Yeah, the double chin's great. I don't know about the hair up here.
It's that forehead is way too small. It needs to be
he
bigger.
wishes.
Very severe features, though. Those are very clear.
The missing teeth is a good touch, though.
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's funny.